Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I have no idea what time it is right there and then where you are watching this video, but I wish you a lovely day. Thank you so much for inspiring me to this little Friends series, a little series of videos that I am particularly making for two very dear friends of ours. And we already started last week. Both of them have been introduced to rolling and massaging their feet. So I hope you've been doing that because we are going to pick it up from there. And rolling our feet, we did that with a tennis ball. So this little fellow is going to make a comeback, and a sock. And you will see that this sock actually was a bad idea. Take a cotton sock or something. I'm so excited. I hope you're going to enjoy this. Let's go. So you probably have been rolling your foot already today, or both your feet, hopefully, or giving it a massage. And this is where I want to pick up from. So you've done that. And now we are going to need a sock and a tennis ball. It doesn't have to be a woolly sock, it's just what I had. The tennis ball I will use later, so I put it aside for now. And we're going to put this sock on the floor. I've been asking about rolling your feet because this is preferably what you've done already before you're doing this workout. And now you just hold on to your kitchen island, you stay nice and strong, and you just go and try and pick up the sock with your toes. If you can really pick it up and lift it, then bend your knee. If that's not for you, then just pick it up and drop it again. 2. Try to do it without looking. Just grab it and let go. And every time you pick up the sock, try to spread your toes a bit wider, like they are a hand trying to pick up the sock with all their fingers. I think it's probably easier if you just take a cotton sock. This is quite heavy. Start with 10 times, then do 12 maybe next time, and work your way up to 15 to 20. And then other side, put your sock there. 2. Start slowly, don't expect too much. That's too complicated, maybe just take the tip. This is really heavy. There you go. Just trial and error. And what I am doing here is a bit of a naughty trick, just to take the big toe. Really try to spread all your toes and pick the sock up with everything you've got. But this is really a heavy sock, don't take a woolly sock, is what we learned from there. Next step. Ooh, now we got our toes all wiggly. You put the sock, or maybe just fold it once, and you put your foot on it. Align your feet, so you want the sides of your feet straight, so they're pointing forwards, hips socket distance apart. I know no pelvis is completely level, try to make it as level as possible. Move your weight onto your left leg and you bend your knee, and then you start moving the sock in little circles under your pelvis. Just really try to stay under, so the main movement of the sock happens under you. 1, 2, maybe inwards first, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then look if this is all nicely aligned, and then outwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, tiny movements. 6, 7, 8. Really make sure it happens under you, so there's not much shifting in your body going on. Really try to stay nice and tall like a tree. Other side, and outward first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, inwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Swap sides. Right side again. Oh, I started inwards here, didn't I? I'll do it the other way around. Outwards first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side, left leg. We started outwards first, now we do inwards first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Doesn't really matter which way you start, just make it both ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right foot again. Now we're going to do little circles in front of our body. Just make them big enough that you don't have to change your body or reach out or sort of tilt the hip sideways to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inwards. You can do it quicker or slower, whichever suits you better. 1, outwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, move your leg across the left leg. It's like you're doing a little windshield wiper movement or cleaning a window. So you're cleaning the window with your foot. Your navel wants to stay facing front all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we're going outwards. 1, and again, if you start moving your upper body, you're going too far. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We want the movement strictly from the hip, not from your bottom. If you start moving that way, then all of a sudden when you feel there's tension in your glutes, then you're moving too far side, and that's an opening we don't want yet. Left side, move the sock forwards and start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now move across your standing leg. You will see that one leg moves easier than the other one. That's very normal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 to the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give yourself a moment to stand on both your legs. Tadasana, the mountain pose is what we call it. And just try and perceive how's your lower back feeling. Something's going on there. Now we're coming back to our tennis ball. And this tennis ball is going to go between your feet. So you put your tennis ball between your ankles, or right under the ankle bone, lift your toes up, and then press the balls of your big toes into the ground with your toes still sticking up. Then press the ball of your pinky toes into the ground, but keep the ball of the big toe pressed into the ground, and then press into the ground as well with the outside and the inside of your heel. This is going to be interesting. There might be a little bit of play and maybe you don't reach the ground completely, just aim for it. And then lower your toes, hold on to a door frame, a chair, a table, kitchen island, anything, a wall, and then squeeze the ball gently and lift your heels up very slowly, as high as possible, but don't force it. If there's a stop, if you can feel like, oh, this is painful, then only go to that edge. And when you exhale, lower your heels. So we're going to connect breath and movement now. So we want our soft ribs to pull towards each other, hug to the midline, and we want the navel to come to the spine. Why do I do that? I don't want you to just come down. I want control with every bit of motion, every bit of movement you're going to do. We inhale, squeeze and lift our heels. And we exhale, pull your navel to the spine and lower your heels. Inhale, lift your heels, squeeze the ball, navel to the spine, hug to the midline. Exhale, navel to the spine, lower your heels slowly. Inhale once more, do that 4 to 5 times, and exhale. We are going to move on and we're going to keep the tennis ball. So we're back in the kitchen again, and some people have a wonderful kitchen island, or you do what I do right there and then. You use a chair, ideally like my elbows under my shoulders. This is a bit too narrow for that, but it'll do. Tennis ball, same position between our feet. Make sure you're stepping away from your table or kitchen surface, and you lean into like a 90-degree angle, either with a straight back or a bit further up, and distribute your weight between your underarms and your feet. Your feet are nicely connected to the floor and you're holding your tennis ball under your ankles between your feet. We're going to do this 3 times. Come into your starting position and hold your tennis ball. Navel pulling to the spine. Your soft ribs are hugging to the midline, so they're pulling towards each other. Navel to the spine. And your sit bones pointing backwards, like they want to have a look at the back wall. And now inhale, bring your heels up. And now exhale, change the tilt of your pelvis and tuck your tailbone under. This brings your knees forwards. Just only go as far as your pelvis can push you there. Inhale, lower your heels. Exhale, push into the ground with your feet to straighten your legs. You want a bit of resistance. You don't want just to come up like that. You want it to be an active movement. And then again, hug to the midline, navel to the spine, sit bones are pointing to the back wall. Inhale, tuck your pelvis. Exhale, lift your heels. So it's the other way around now. Inhale, push into the ground with your toes and the balls of your feet. Exhale, lower your heels and your sit bones are pointing backwards. Hug to the midline, navel to the spine. Inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under. This moves your legs forwards. Inhale, lower your heels still with a pelvic tilt. Exhale, push your full feet into the ground to straighten your legs. Inhale, tuck your tailbone under, move your knees over your toes. Exhale, lift your heels and push into the ground with your feet. Inhale, push even more, straighten your legs. Exhale, lower your heels. One last time. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, tuck your pelvis under, knees are coming forwards. Inhale, lower your heels. Exhale, push into the ground with your feet to straighten your legs. Inhale, tuck your pelvis under, that moves your knees forwards. Exhale, lift your heels. Inhale, push into the ground to straighten your legs, still on your tippy toes. Exhale, lower your heels, lower your heels. And then come up. And from here, you can come to the ground. You've been working so hard now, and now you deserve a bit of a treat, because we've really been working the back side and the hip and our legs and the feet, and now we deserve a bit of calming, soothing, mobilizing movement. And this is what we're going to do. You can come onto your elbows or just sit. Bring your feet more than hips width apart and gently move them from one side to the other, like a windshield wiper. Inhale and exhale, windshield wipers. And then come lying on the ground. Let your knees fall in towards each other. And maybe you want to stay that way, or maybe you want to stretch out. Then let your legs slide down and lie comfortably on your back with a little cushion under your head maybe, or under your knees. And give yourself a minute or two, or maybe even 3. Treat yourself to a savasana. Your tissues, your muscles and your fascia, your joints have been working. So give them a moment of rest. Enjoy your breath. And when you're ready to come back, then gently roll onto one side. When it's in the morning or in the afternoon, I recommend to go onto the left or right side. In the evening, you might want to roll onto your left side, the more calming side. But just go whichever way you like. Then gently come back into a comfortable seated position. It doesn't have to be on the ground, it can also be on a chair. Bring your hands in front of your heart into Anjali Mudra. Your thumbs may or may not touch your chest. And then bring them up to your forehead for a clear mind and loving thoughts. To the heart center for a clear, warm and loving heart. And to your lips for clear communication, full of love and warmth. I'm so happy that we've been doing this and that we keep on working together. Namaste. I apologize for my voice and my sniffles. I caught such a bad cold on my way back from England.